Hey, yeah, I know that this hair is stupid. I know that. I'm just goofing around. Like, I'm taking everyone's haircuts and just seeing what happens when I, like, brush my hair a certain way. I'm like, I can't even, it's like in my eyes, and I don't even know where to put it. But I think it's fun to do that and be goofy in general, but also because we're doing RM BADBYE, and, you know, it's like all deep and stuff. However, though, I will say for me, sacrilege, blasphemy, I've enjoyed just the rhythm of his voice and the instrumentation, just the instrumental track. I really feel like, well, I guess it kind of already makes sense, correct? Like, I don't understand the Korean, but just the combination of his voice and the track kind of tells me everything I need to know. But that's, you know, that's me, and that's what I think. This hair's not gonna make it. All right, RM, BADBYE. I think we'll do Ask in a Box Part 2 after this because, you know, lighthearted. How many times have I said and you know so far? Shame on me. Bad weirdo. Is that his whistle from the first song, sampled and chopped up? Bum 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 bum. That's in the whistle. Bum 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 bum. I'm choking on my thoughts, or just my body's acting up. I was waiting for something to come back, but it didn't come back, so I actually have to go back to the beginning. Hold on. Well, I gotta back up a little bit and then go back to the beginning. All right, hold on. No. Back up further. I mean, obviously, super obvious change in tonality from minor to major, and minor having, you could maybe argue, some diminishedness in it. I don't know. If you don't know music, you could almost think of diminished as super duper minor. It's the super duperest of the minor things, because a diminished chord has elements of a minor chord, and the difference between I don't know, I don't want to say it, music. Okay, whatever, let's do both. So a major chord is 1, 3, 5, you know, the degrees of a scale, so C, E, G in the key of C. The C minor chord would be C, E, flat, G. The third of the chord is dropped down a half step. But the 5 and the 1 are still in the same spot. So, like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, just from a major chord to a minor chord, there's 3 ingredients and 1 changes. And the one that changes collapses. It falls inward. Between a minor chord and a diminished chord, it's a 1, a flat third, and a flat 5, which means that, so let's watch this. Even if you don't understand music, I think you'll get this. If we take our 3 notes from the major chord and we go over to minor, the note in the middle collapses. We only have one changing note, it's the one in the middle, and it falls. A diminished chord, both of the notes fall and collapse in, right? So we had some minor / arguably diminished sound in the beginning, which is this collapsing inward. And then when we go to this key change to major, it's actually the reverse of the collapsing. It's expanding back out into major. And what I was listening for was I was trying to peg whether or not his voice stayed on the same note, because I think it's even more powerful if his voice acts as a pedal tone, a pedal pitch. A pedal tone is a note that stays stagnant while the other notes around it change their positions. So it would be kind of cool, and I think he did do it. Is that he has this sad sound, and his sound is actually static, but the sound is like getting darker and darker and darker. And then here the music changes, but I believe his voice stays static, right? And then the notes expand into this major harmony, this happy harmony, which, you know, I don't know how much of this is intentional or not, but, you know, one could make an argument that leaving the static line and having the surrounding music collapse to sadness, and then we get this abrupt change to happy, but the voices stayed the same, is kind of a reflection of how important the environment is around us. Or you could maybe even argue perspective, because our singer's position hasn't actually changed. Just the music around the singer has changed. But we definitely get an abrupt shift of sad to happy in the music, but I don't know if you can argue that in the lyrics. Yeah, so obviously we don't have much lyrically to work with as far as an abundance of lyrics. I mean, you could just try to read deeply into the lyrics we have. I mean, I'm focused into the production aspect of the track, because these are all deliberate choices. And so even just the end of the song, I don't have anything important to say yet in regards to it, but something you should pay attention to, I think, is let's take this last like 10 seconds. Hold on, right here. And it's cutting the instruments and leaving this high rattling pitch. That is not the natural decay of that instrument. Natural decay means how long does the note normally last when you just hit it. That note was intentionally drug out. And it could be as simple as, I like that sound. Or it could be as simple as he thought, I don't know how to get out of this song, I don't know how to end it, so I'm just going to gradually cut instruments, because sometimes, you know, you're not sure how to get out of a song, how to complete it. But I think it is, actually, you know what? We have some unity here, that we have the isolated solo whistle in the first track, and now we have this isolated upper instrument, which is basically in the same range as the whistle. So at least we have some uniformity in the ending of these two tracks. And I've only listened to these tracks once so far. The ones that I reacted to, I've heard once, and the ones I haven't reacted to, I haven't heard them. So, but we are definitely seeing a lot of, using the word continuity. I need a different word for continuity. We're seeing a lot of the same ingredients in the tracks as far as tempo and synth usage and bass. They're all staying very I was going to say thematic, but I think continuous is probably, continuity is a better word, congruency. There's a congruency across the tracks. And even this one ending with the upper isolated solo thing. If you just talk like this for years, that's what music school is like, which it's kind of cool in small doses, but having to do this all day, I enjoy doing it in the context of RM, but like imagine that like every track someone put on, you're like, you have to find things to say. I love it in this context because there's a payoff that I get to hear him again in the future, and I want to hear him again, and I get to hear him solo and with the group. Therefore, any nuggets I uncover, I get to enjoy that nugget in the future. But, a lot of times in music school, when you're just like doing one-offs of somebody, like you dig and uncover, but you don't actually like the artist, so you're not going to go back and listen to more, so you don't really get the payoff on that discovery. But yeah, that's that. I'm going to consider this like a linking track. Why I'm saying that before I hear the follow-up track, but given its complete change in tonality from major to minor and its short duration, I'm assuming this track functions best as a segue between the previous track and the future track. But what do I know? I am just a dude with really silly, dumb hair, taking guesses, looking at a camera. What do I know? I don't know very much. What am I writing down? I'm writing down something. Oh, you don't get to know, because I'm not telling you. Secrets. I got secrets. They're not any good. Just makes it sound interesting. Secrets. I got secrets, bro. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing next. Oh, you know what? Let me do that Ailey song before I go into Ask in a Box. Let's do that. What y'all think about that? How you like them apples? I'm like a broken robot that says cliched phrases at completely the wrong time. Surf's up, man. All right. Let's just not say goodbye. Let's just see each other next time, okay?